Welcome to WinSouls TV. This is your host, Jeff Thomas. Hope you guys are having a great day. And today, our message comes from 2 Corinthians 9, 6 through 7. So in here, this is the cheerful giver. Let me read that for you guys. The point is this: whoever sows sparingly and will also reap sparingly. And whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Now, in my personal life, and this is the message today because the Lord led me to give this message today. There is someone out there that actually needs to hear this. So in my personal life, I didn't realize that I was doing this, but the Lord has really blessed me with a lot, and I didn't even realize that I had been blessed with a lot. You know, whether that was wisdom, knowledge, understanding, finances, I don't know. A lot, and my dad always says that things could always be worse. Well, I took it upon myself to really start giving to people, and not necessarily because they needed it, but because I wanted to, you know. But later on down the line, I began to realize that I began to give to receive things in return. Or I began to give with the expectation of people using the things that I was giving a specific way. It was like I would give things to people, but then I wanted to control the thing that I gave them so that they used it the way that I wanted them to use it, which isn't right. Because, see, once you give something specifically, it is now that person's gift to use however they decide to use it. Whether they want to use it at all, or whether it's just going to sit on the shelf indefinitely, or 5 years from now, they'll finally open it up and use that gift however. Whether that's wisdom, whether that is whatever it is, whether it's an actual tangible gift. That person has the power to use that gift however they decide to use it, and it is not within your control to control the person that you have given the gift to. And then I also was I was giving gifts in order to receive something in return. And initially I didn't realize that I was doing that specifically. I remember there would be times that I would give things to people, and then when I needed something, or when I needed this, or when I needed that, it was just like I was expecting that person to take care of that in my life because I had always been giving in their life. But that's that person's choice, not yours or mine specifically. And so when you give with the expectation of, later on down the line, this person will do the same thing for me, or they would do that for me, or whatever for you, then you're not giving with a cheerful heart. You're giving with expectation. And giving with expectation is quite dangerous. Because when you give with expectation, it leads you into a path of, well, when I'm doing this for you right now, but later on down the line, if you don't do this for me, then I don't necessarily want you around me. You see what I'm saying? And when you begin to move down that path, I believe that mindset can be very strong in manipulation. Simply because a lot of the times that, when you give things with the expectation of receiving something in return, it's almost as if you're controlling the outcome of the gift that you give, but not only that, you're controlling the person that you have given the gift to. And anything that is within your control is not something that God is in charge of. And so then you have to ask yourself, why am I giving this gift in the first place? Or why am I giving in the first place? Do I feel obligated? Do I feel like I want this person to later on give me something in the future? I understand that we'll reap what we sow. Yes, so giving is great, and eventually we will reap the things that we have sown within an individual, whether that's wisdom or gifts or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily have to come from that person. You have to realize that those things come from the Lord. You see? So when you give with a cheerful heart, with no expectation, that is when those things will begin to come back on you. But when you give with expectation, it doesn't do anything but cause calamity and destruction in not only your life, but the person that you have given to. And that was a tough lesson that I had to learn. So to whoever needs to hear this message, please take heed to that. You guys be blessed and have a good one.